Welcome back, Shallon. Well, you guys have been asking for so long. What happened to happy endings, Shallon? I know. I've been giving you the blue balls with the happy endings. I'm sorry. I haven't been doing them lately. But I'm going to give you a special treat today. We're going to do a whole video about something sexy. We're going to talk about threesomes, the logistics, when it's right, when it's wrong, and how to get one going. But just to remind you guys, if you have a love or sex question of your own and want to chit chat privately, find me on the Instant Go app. My username is ShallonXO and click chat to get connected. Also follow me on social media at ShallonXO on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. And click like and subscribe for new videos every Friday and a bunch in between. So threesomes. I've made no bones about the fact that I have a long and illustrious sexual history. I think sex is like anything else. You have to practice to be good at it, And if you look at like a concert pianist, you're not like, ew, you practice? You didn't just get up here and know? No, you're like, they're probably spending a lot of time doing it, I mean, how do you think you get good in bed? Like you can take quantum leaps. Having like a friend with benefit helps if you use them to like really have like transparent communication about what works, what doesn't. That's what I had and it was great. But part of my sexual Olympics that I have competed in is threesomes. Like you sleep with a lot of people. Eventually, some are going to be two at a time. It's no big deal. Threesomes are a lot of fun if they're done right and if the dynamic is right. So how do you know? Because I get a lot of questions from you girls like, I kind of want to try it, but I don't know. Blah, blah, blah. I have a boyfriend. I've never had a threesome with a boyfriend. I think that is, I think it's great. Me personally, it might not be great. I don't know. But I don't want to roll the dice and find out in the middle of it that I don't actually want to be doing this. So if you're considering having a threesome with your dude, I think a great place to feel it out and start is a strip club. Go to a strip club with your boyfriend. If you can't handle oiled up titties in his face, you cannot handle a threesome. And that's fine. You don't have to. Like a lot of questions are from girls. It's like, my boyfriend really wants to try this. I don't know. Look, boys always want to try everything. They're going to want to try everything. They're a kid in a candy store. Threesomes, bondage, anal, sex tape. Who cares? I don't care. You don't get to do everything you want to do. My body is not your sexual Disneyland, okay? My bedroom is not your own like personal Elon Musk SpaceX experiment, okay? Like there are certain things I will and won't do. I will do more things than I won't do because like I'm an adult and I'm comfortable with my body. I'm comfortable with my sexuality. But like certainly when I was younger, like that list of things that I was comfortable with was narrower. As you get older, it expands, hopefully, if you're communicative and you have good self-esteem and you're okay with your body. These are whole other conversations. But yeah, I have my lines in the sand where I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that thing. And if you need to do that thing, you can go find a girl to do that thing with. And it's not going to be me. And I won't say I won't be mad because of course I will. But you just got to let people know your boundaries up front. So if in your mind you can't even conceptualize of having a threesome, maybe it's not for you. That's fine. I have an advantage because I do like girls. Like I've dated girls briefly, but I'm like I've said, I'm like a party lesbian. Like I like hooking up with girls, but I don't want to date them. Can you imagine dating yourself? Nightmare. That sounds horrible. Like women are a handful and I'm already a handful. So no. So yeah, go to a strip club. Have your boyfriend like kiss one of the girls. And don't come at me like strippers are dirty. Girl, they earn their money and they are probably more judicious with who they sleep with than you or I. So give them their propers. All right. Don't go to like a daytime shift strip club. It's not usually the hottest ones. You want to go on like Saturday night. So see how that sits with you. Or maybe you're thinking about a threesome with two guys. That's not something I've ever done. I just don't feel comfortable. For me, there's no way I can conceptualize it where like the girl isn't just getting like used, like horny used. And that's not my vibe. Like, I don't like that dynamic. Like dominance and submission is not the same as like someone getting used and like treated just like a little doll, like disposable. I don't think that's just not something I want to be a part of. But my friends who have had threesomes with two dudes, it's so funny. One of my most conservative friends, she's had like 10 threesomes with two dudes. I'm like, what? She's like, oh yeah, it's no big deal. Blew my mind. And she's like, I like it because I was getting all the attention. It was all about me. And I was like, well, that is true. Because a lot of times you hook up with like a frat dude or whatever. And it's like, do you even know my name? So it's nice to feel like you're the star of the show. But it's also very important to consider the dynamics. Like I said, I've never had a three-way with like a boyfriend. It's always been friends, like friends asterisks. And then in the middle of one, I realized that the guy and the girl, they had feelings for each other. And then suddenly I was like the odd man out. And so I literally just like left. I was like, I'm going to be in the living room. You guys finish up here. I'm going to go order some Papa John's. That's fine. So the dynamic is hugely important. If you are harboring feelings towards someone in the threesome, I wouldn't suggest you do it, because it's, I mean, for obvious reasons, you know, you're going to be like mining the entire thing for like, what does he like better? Me or her? Me or her? Her, me, her. That sounds horrible. Why would you want to introduce that and be naked while you're doing it? What fun. I also think it's very helpful if you are organically into girls. Like, I don't think it would be fun to be in a threesome where it's like, don't touch me. Nah. It's like if I'm grossed out by the other body half the bodies that I'm looking at, I think that would be kind of weird. And again, you don't have to be into any of this stuff. It's totally fine. So really make sure that the dynamic is as neutral and balanced as possible. Like the first one I had, we were drinking a lot, and it was like my guy friend and I, and we were at a party. He's like, that girl told me you're hot. I was like, really? He's like, do you want to have a threesome? And I was like, okay. Yeah. And it was so fun. It was so fun. It was like no big deal. It was so fun. But like before you go into it, set your own boundaries and set boundaries. Like if you're doing it with the boyfriend, be like, I want you to finish with me. You can't cuddle her. I don't want you getting her phone number. You know, whatever your parameters are, make sure that's communicated. If you like don't want to touch the other girl, but you know, just kind of mind map it a little bit so you know a bit what to anticipate and how you're going to feel about things. And check in with yourself constantly. You have the right to stop a threesome and be like, I'm sorry, I'm not feeling this. You don't have the right to like shame other people. Be like, get the fuck out of my house, you slut. That's not nice. That's just bad group sex etiquette, by the way. So how do you get a threesome going? This is the tricky bit. I like every boyfriend I've had, I've been like, you know, I'm like amenable to this. Like if you want, I think like, or, you know, not boyfriend, but like maybe we were casually hooking up or something like that. And they're like, okay, yeah, like go bring a girl home. I'm like, oh, yes, Your Majesty. Like, no, listen to me. I like girls. When I say I'm going to hook up with a girl, I'm going to hook up with a girl. Like, I'm not going to like namby-pamby around. But like, the boy has to bring something to the table. Like, yo, you catch it, I'll cook it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go get her, bring her to you, serve her to you on a silver platter, and hook up with her and do all this work. It's like, and what the fuck are you doing? Sitting there just like waiting to be serviced? I don't think so, sweetheart. I also like watching a guy hunt for a girl. Like, I think that's really hot. I think it's great to see like a guy in action, you know, like we all like to watch those Nat Geo videos of like something stalking a wildebeest on the Serengeti. I think it's foxy. But again, like I'm very confident in who I am. I'm not a jealous person, which is weird because I'm an only child and I'm also kind of crazy. But I'm actually not, because my theory is like, fine, if you like her, fuck you then. I don't know. If my boyfriend leaves me for a chick we meet in a threesome, I mean, bye. Good. Thank you for illuminating who you are. I dodged a bullet. Like I will survive without this caliber of person in my life. It's fine. So I'm not about to go out and like tee up a girl. It's hard. It's really hard. It's hard to make female friends. Okay. It's hard to flirt with females because someone said to me once, they're like, with guys and girls, it's a yes or a no. With girls and girls, it's always maybe, you know, and especially like, I don't know a lot of like lesbians who have three ways. So you're dealing with girls who are bi, like probably party lesbians, just like me. So it's like, they're not used to how these mores go. And like, it's hard to know, is a girl flirting with me? Is she just being nice because we're in line for the bathroom at this bar and she lent me a hair tie? Like, I don't know. So it's tricky. And like, whenever I've hooked up with girls just on my own, like I have taken a very like dominant role. I've been like, you're coming home with me. And they're like, okay, you know, but that's not a role I love, which is why I don't date girls. So I think a guy needs to go out and do the work. And you know what? When push comes to shove, they can't. I cannot tell you how many dudes choke. I go to the bar. I'm like, all right, like get out there. You're up to bat, son. Go get her. I'm like, well, I don't know. Well, what do I ask her? Should I flat out ask her? I was like, no, not the first sentence you say to her is, do you want to have sex with my girlfriend? And I know, okay? Like, how did you even get me? Are you this inept? So guys might, like, sometimes guys are like little kids sitting in the driver's seat of a car. Toot, toot. You don't really have the skill to do this, do you? So, okay. That's why I haven't had more threesomes. I would have them like a lot. They're fun. Because you know what happens after? Like the next time you hook up after, you're like, where is everyone? You know, when it's just like you and your boyfriend's like, no, I mean, it's fun. It's just like, where is everybody else? Whatever. So they're fun. And it's like, I remember my aunt saying this to me when I was younger, not like inappropriately young, but she's like, sex is just the one thing that's free. She's hippie. She's like, they can't tax it. They can't regulate it. You can be rich or poor or black or white or whatever, and you still get to do it. So enjoy it. Like, have fun with it. Be weird. Who cares? Be safe, be consensual, be positive, you know, be loving, but like, go out there and get it. Get weird. So this is what I'm encouraging you guys to do. Go get weird. And alcohol will help. You know, I don't know that there's ever been like a sober three-way in like the annals of recorded sexual history. Maybe there are. Drugs, you know, I think that's people are probably doing a whole lot of drugs also, but you know, whatever floats your boat. Again, just be safe. Like, and remember, if you're not into something, it's completely fine. And if you get into it and you're like, also just don't do it to please the guy. You know, like I have seen a lot of girls like that. It's like, well, I want to make him happy. And this is, even if your intentions are good and your boyfriend doesn't have like ill will, you know, he's not trying to like manipulate you. It's like, well, it's his birthday, so I thought that would be fun. Look, you're going to scar him for life if you're in the middle of it and you're like, get out of my house. Like, and you just can't do it. Okay. And also remember that like threesomes don't have to be like you see in porn where it's like someone's doing a headstand and somebody else is hanging from the ceiling and here comes a guy trapezing in from stage left. It's like, it's very subtle and normal. The things that are in porn, what looks good on camera doesn't always feel good. And what feels good doesn't always look good. It doesn't have like this big splashy visual effect. So take that mindset into your three-way. It doesn't have to be a razzle-dazzle show. Like it just can be like three people having a good time, doing things that are pleasurable. And if your boyfriend like somehow thinks it does need to be some like a big show, I'm sorry that 2 sets of boobs, 4 boobs aren't enough for you. Get out. I've kicked a guy out of a threesome and just had a twosome with a girl. Bye. You guys want to talk about sex stuff more privately? Find me on the Instant Go app at Shallon XO and click like and subscribe for new videos every Friday. And be sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat at Shallon XO. Love ya.